Welcome in. Welcome in. Come on. Have a seat. Take a listen. Welcome to the Tweener Podcast. This is a podcast, a wrestling podcast for fans by a true fan, and I can't wait to get this thing started. This is season 1, episode 1. The reason why I'm dropping this, the reason why I decided to create my own podcast, I listen to a lot of them, and they always saying, drop a like, comment, share your thoughts, let me know this, blah, blah, blah. But when we do it, they never really engage with us. So that's what this is for. Podcasttweener@gmail.com is the info. I want to invite you guys on this channel. Like, no shit, real talk. I want to invite you guys on this channel. As long as you're not being like hella disrespectful or racist or extra in any kind of way, you are invited to come and share your thoughts, your opinion. We can play some games. We can chop it up. Let's help this channel grow. This is a channel for the people. This is our channel.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
I'm your guy Memphian Plays. Let's get it started. Let's finally jump into WWE releasing the trailer as well as the cover art for WWE2K23. I am extremely disappointed but not devastated just because the leaks softened the blow. Yes, it is John Cena, the same athlete that was on the cover of WWE2K15.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
My personal opinion, I guess you can leave him as the standard edition cover athlete, but like the Legend edition, Icon edition, whatever you want to call it, the more money edition should, in my personal opinion, have been Triple H, just because of a pure marketing standpoint behind it. Plus, the showcase would have been perfect for a Triple H showcase. And just think about this. Triple H on the Legend Edition, and in quotation marks, it's time to play the game. It's a freaking video game. You put it's time to play the game on there. It's awesome. Let me know what you guys think about the reveal as well. Let's go. Now, also, with the speaking on the trailer part of it, which was kind of basic, but it's the first trailer. Most first trailers are basic, pretty much. You got Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, some chick from the WWE backstage personnel, and Austin Theory have a Triple H moment walking with Bad Bunny. Basically, it's a floating John Cena hat because you can't see him. Whatever. It's a floating John Cena hat going around, and he kind of, I guess, tormenting other people. I mean, I'm still gonna play it, so I'm not gonna bitch about it all fucking day, because I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna enjoy it. I'm still gonna love it. 2K22 made me fall in love with wrestling games again, just because they brought back my favorite mode, which was GM mode. But I'm hoping that they pay more attention to detail with it this time around, and that's really it. This time I'm finally gonna play my faction and try to get into that, since I see that's a very popular mode. I'm gonna try to get into it as well, and I think more people get excited for the showcase mode. The Rey Mysterio showcase mode for 2K22 was awesome. I did not finish it, but I enjoyed it for what I did play. So I'm expecting the John Cena showcase mode gonna be ridiculous. That's gonna be good. I mean, I would still like to do a Triple H showcase mode, and I feel like from a marketing standpoint, that Triple H idea was pretty good. But I know the John Cena showcase mode gonna be good. I just really wish they would have did a different cover athlete, and a lot of people were saying Cody, but I think because so many people were saying Cody, they just went left with this shit. And that's kind of what happens, like how so many people saying Cody gonna win the Royal Rumble. I feel like they just gonna go left with this shit because so many people saying it, but I don't freaking know. If I was in charge, which my broke ass isn't, if I was in charge, I tried to think of an individual worthy for the cover athlete outside of Cody, but because he just got there, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I would do a dual cover athlete like they did with Roman and Becky. I think that was 2K20, I think, when they did Roman and Becky. I would have done like Bianca, of course, because she's the most over babyface female out there. I would do Bianca and Cody, because I really can't think of another face that's cool. I mean, like, so many people fuck with Drew McIntyre, but for me, he just ain't it. I'm sorry, y'all. So by default, like, I would love to say somebody else besides Cody, but I mean, you got Bianca and Edge, but Edge really ain't there. Then Edge really don't belong on the standard edition. He's more of an iconic legend edition guy too. So Bianca and fucking Bianca, it's gotta be Bianca and Cody. Cause just thinking about it, like, all the people that's kind of going through my head, like Self, like, they already been on covers. It's got to be Bianca and cover. I mean, I said cover. Bianca and Self. But I think that would have been a better idea if they just would have put 2 cover athletes on there. That's what I think. But let me know what you guys think in the comments if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. Let me know what you guys think, all right? Alright, let's talk about the Royal Rumble, my favorite event next to Money in the Bank, January the 28th at the Alamo Dome, San Antonio, my old stomping ground. Now, ain't much that really need to be talked about because WWE kinda, in my opinion, kinda done fucked up the booking. I'm pretty sure like 95% of the fan base think Cody Rhodes is gonna win, including myself. It's a little sad, because I would really, just like we all would have really preferred a surprise Cody Rhodes return. The pop would have been crazy, probably almost similar to the debut WrestleMania pop. I mean, they fucked it all up by even just dropping this man on the poster, which the poster is fucking phenomenal, bro. Like, fire poster, bro. I love that poster, but still, man, they could have did a lot with that shit, bro. But I did take the time to write down which it's not gonna happen, but if Cody Rhodes does not win the Royal Rumble, who could be other possibilities? And just firing off top of my head from some names that I wrote down over here. Number 1, I'm gonna just really fire them off. It's only 4 guys, but I know ain't none of them gonna win. Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross. Don't know why the fuck I wrote Karrion Kross. Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. So I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate though Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Drew won it in 2020. Yes, there have been multiple winners, but I just don't think that they gon' like, it wouldn't be multiple like so close. Back to back wouldn't be so close type shit. Seth Rollins also won it in 2019, and like, no, I don't think those two. I don't know why I wrote down Karrion Kross, but just by default, kind of process of elimination of other superstars is like Karrion Kross. I don't fucking know. A lot of people might say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but do we all not remember what happened to Batista when they just plugged Batista in that bitch and he won? And I can't even remember who was the last person that Batista was in the ring with. Was it Roman? I don't remember, but the crowd turned on Batista so fucking hard. And I know, I mean, Vince McMahon probably will overlook that and still make that same mistake, but Triple H cannot do that shit. And then, like I said, Sami Zayn. Now, me preferably, I would like Sami Zayn if I was doing the booking, and y'all might dislike this, but if I was doing the booking, I would actually let Roman keep it through WrestleMania since everybody expects him to lose. Let Sami win Money in the Bank, and then him just having that briefcase, to me, just adds a little bit more longevity to that storyline. And then the pop of him cashing that in instead of the pop of him winning the Royal Rumble. To me, a cash-in pop, especially from Sami Zayn, will be bigger than a pop of him winning the Royal Rumble. That's my opinion. Y'all can let me know who y'all think gonna win. If y'all think anybody else outside of Seth Rollins, I mean, not Seth Rollins, anybody else outside of Cody Rhodes. If y'all think that, but I'm pretty sure majority of everybody kind of just rolling with the safe pick, Cody Rhodes. One more thing though I would say about that before I move on to the women's. WWE needs to be careful on how he wins. You need to make sure he's not like the last 2 people. It's not Seth and Cody. I mean, I keep saying Seth. It's not Sammy and Cody, because if it's Sammy and Cody, the crowd will turn on Cody. Sammy Uso, Sammy Uso, or Uzi, or whatever. Sammy. I know for a fact the crowd will turn on him. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, and you gotta like throw Cody. This is probably gonna be a boring finish, but you gotta put Cody in there with somebody that we know the crowd is not gonna get behind. Like, it's gotta be like the last three gotta be like Cody, Baron Corbin. We ain't nobody cheering for Baron Corbin. Cody, Baron Corbin, and I don't know. I had somebody else in my head, like Logan Paul or some shit. Like Logan Paul. Like, if it's like, I don't think the universe would turn on Cody for Logan Paul, but it's Hollywood, and hey, get some star power in there. So that's just really like where I'm going with the Royal Rumble, and I'm pretty sure most people kind of feel the same as well. It could have been better if it was a surprise Cody pop, but the shit is called like Roads to the Rumble or Roads to the WrestleMania or whatever it's called. So we kind of already know what direction we headed in. And like, I really, honestly, truly don't even know if Triple H is really having the final say so. I think he might be in control of creative, but is he having the final say so again? It don't feel like it. But I think I'll really know after Raw 30. I'll really know. As far as the Women's Royal Rumble, pretty simple, just because the Women's Royal Rumble ain't been existing too long. So my ideas for that is, I'll say this off top, majority of the top female superstars have already won, so it eliminates a lot of possibilities. So Asuka won, Becky won, Charlotte won, Bianca won, Ronda won. Bianca, Charlotte are champions, so that kind of just helps us narrow it down. So really this shit is kind of easy. So my 4 guesses, and then I'll throw in an honorable mention, but I don't think they're gonna win. My 4 guesses for the Women's Royal Rumble that I jotted down: Bayley, Shayna Baszler, Naomi with the return. I think it's gonna be a return since Sasha finally got her shit situated, and now we know what Mercedes Monet. Oh my god, that was so cringy, guys. Drop the video right quick.
And you can bank on money.
She was like, bank.
Oh, brother, this guy
Monet.
stinks.
That was so cringy, bro. A lot of people say she was under the influence. But anyway, Bayley, Shayna, Naomi, Rhea. I'm pretty sure. And the honorable mention is Alexa Bliss, but right now she's in a feud with Bianca for the title. So I'm assuming, if it's not already booked, I'm not sure. I'm assuming Alexa and Bianca are gonna have a title match at the Royal Rumble, but Bianca gonna win due to some Bray Wyatt sick shit. So Bianca gonna win with that type of interference. But so with that being said, it has to be Rhea. Now there are rumors of Rhea entering into the Men's Royal Rumble. I think that's cool, but I would prefer to see her win the Women's Royal Rumble. And then one other thing I'm kind of thinking about Rhea. A lot of people are doing a lot of Attitude Era China comparisons with Rhea, and it's a lot of talk of having her go after a men's title. And I think that would be awesome if Rhea can become the United States champion or Intercontinental champion. But Gunther, or whatever his name is, doing such an amazing job with it. I really don't want to cut that reign short just to have a gimmick title run with Rhea. So maybe in some strange twist, her in the United States Championship, or she can pull a Charlotte. Like, Charlotte won the Royal Rumble and challenged for, I guess you can call it a lower card title, the NXT Women's Championship. Rhea can still win the Women's Royal Rumble, and we would think that she would challenge for the SmackDown Champion or the Raw Women's Champion, but maybe she can go after the US Champion or challenge for the IC title. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So maybe that sounds like good booking, right? But yeah, those are my thoughts. And then also for both Royal Rumbles, of course, the biggest thing about the Royal Rumbles that everybody loved, that I love, that I was disappointed in it last year, but this year with Triple H in control, I think it's gonna be better. It's the surprise comebacks and debuts. Like, I love that shit. The women's side, not too, I don't care too much because they already done it, and I think they're gonna do the same thing, which is just have former WWE divas come back from the past. I mean, there's really, they say the Forbidden Door is gonna stretch a little bit further this year. The only thing I can really see is Kairi Sane, but because she already been in the company, to me it's not really a Forbidden Door thingy. I mean, they did it with Mickie James, and I like the fact that they announced her as the Impact women's champion last year. That was cool. I'm thinking they're gonna do the same thing again, but Kairi Sane. And I feel like it would be dope if they had at least 1 or 2 Impact superstars in the women's and the men's Royal Rumble. Because AEW, it ain't gonna fucking happen. New Japan and Impact, I really would like them to have some Impact stars in there, since they already did it last year. Technically, they already did it. Outside of Naomi coming back and Kairi Sane, that's really it. I just know they're gonna just plug a lot of older wrestlers in there. A lot of Michelle McCool's and that girl that had that shit on her face. It was JBL's assistant. Michelle McCool, who I say, the Bella's gonna be in there. Trish, Tori Wilson. I would love to see Stacy Keibler back, but who knows what she doing. Kelly. They just gonna plug a lot of them in there. Now the men's side, that's kind of interesting because I really think if Triple H is really still in control, they're going to really try to stretch that Forbidden Door with the men's side. They're in Hollywood. So first off, we know it's going to be some musicians or some actors. So I'm kind of expecting to see like Bad Bunny, Johnny Knoxville, the ones that already kind of got their feet wet. I'm expecting to see them. So Bad Bunny, Johnny Knoxville. I think they should give Rob Gronkowski another run at it. I know him and Vince had a headbutt moment when he didn't want to do a certain bumper or some shit, but give him another chance. Cause I think he had it. He was kind of like a Pat McAfee guy to me. I think he had it though. You're gonna see a lot of that stuff. I think in my opinion, I think they should put like Snoop Dogg in it. It'll kind of be cringy a little bit, but still do it cause it's Hollywood. But as far as the Forbidden Door goes, Jay White is pretty much the only guy I would like to see. I would like to have like him and AJ do like a standoff and the Too Sweet shit. Like, I would love that moment for some reason, and that's really it with the Forbidden Doors. People like, really, just Jay White? I'm like, yeah, because almost every guy I like that I guess you can call him like indie sweetheart, they're all in AEW. So like, outside of Jay White, and that's really it that I really fuck with. I mean, it's a lot of good guys, but that's what I fuck with though. And then just with them being in Texas, I would like to see Booker T get his old ass off commentary. He can still go. I seen him in the ring. He can still go. He changed his attire a little bit. He can still go. But I think what would be a highlight moment and a very hilarious moment if Wade Barrett stood up and was like, hey, you guys in the ring, I got some bad news. And then he like start unbuttoning his suit jacket or some shit, slid in just for the night, man. Just for the night. I think that would be great and fucking hilarious, and that would be a memorable moment for me. Who else did I write? RVD. I think that shit'll be dope as fuck. Matt Cardona, heard he filed a trademark name or some shit for the Zack Ryder name, whatever. I don't know. I thought WWE had the rights to that. Did I say RVD? Yeah, I did. One name I wrote on here is kind of like when I wrote Karrion Kross down. I don't know why I wrote this other name down. Gable Steveson. Don't know why. Now, my curiosity is why? Because he was signed under the Vince McMahon era. And Vince McMahon released all these guys from NXT when he was trying to flip things around. Don't like short guys. Gable Steveson is short as fuck, and I did not know Gable Steveson was that small. Like, I'm small. I'm small. I'm like Kevin Hart small, but Gable Steveson like down here with me, he's just short. He like a freaking, like a bulldog. He just short, like he like Chad Gable small, but like just jacked up and souped up. Like, I didn't know Gable Steveson was that small, and very surprised that Vince signed him. Very surprised. I thought he would go for more like Brock Lesnar looking athletes or whatever like that. But anyway, I don't know what's going on with his contract. I really didn't look into it before I did this video, but I'm like, he making appearances at like WrestleManias and major events, but he not doing shit. And I feel like his promo skills gonna be off too, so he gonna probably need to be paired with a manager. But as far as the Royal Rumble go, what better time than WrestleMania Hollywood for Gable Stevenson to make a debut? And of course he's not gonna win, but let him get like 3 eliminations. Let him eliminate Gable. That'll be cool. Let Gable and Otis. And then that can be an actual little I'm finna get my feet wet type of rivalry that he can go into and have Chad put over Gable. I mean, that's not entertaining, but it's still a nice little, hey, I'm finna get my feet wet type shit. And that's really it about the Royal Rumble. Let's move on to the next topic. All right, moving on to the next topic, we're gonna get into my thoughts on AEW, All Elite Wrestling, and we are not about to bash this company. That is not what this podcast is about. I mean, if they fuck up, they fuck up, but I mean, all the companies like WWE fucking up, AEW fuck up, like, so why bash on them and not bash on the other one, right? We just gonna give my thoughts. We gonna sit back and relax on this too. So with that being said, the champion is MJF. He currently holds the Big Burberry belt, a belt that a lot of people dislike, but me, I don't really care because the strap of it has a Burberry print, but it's so dark you can barely see it until you get close up on them. But that's kind of not what this is about. Let's not make it about that. It's really just about the thoughts of the company overall. I love MJF as the champion. That's something that we've been waiting for, that we've been begging for years. I feel like the company has been in existence for, feels like a little bit over 3 years. Real quick, because I want to touch on when AEW first launched, since I wasn't around doing podcasts when it first came. Me, I grew up during the Attitude Era, during the Monday Night Wars, and I preferred WCW over WWE. And the reason why is because 7 o'clock Central Time, I'm turning on Monday Night Raw, and from 7 to like 7:20 or 7:30 is straight dialogue. I mean, it's the entertainment portion of it. But as a kid, you kind of get lost when people just talking. It's kind of like being lectured almost as a kid. So when I turn on WCW Monday Nitro at 7 o'clock, you got fucking already Lex Luger putting people in the fucking torture rack or some shit, or the NWO Wolfpack coming out doing something like they beating down on another faction, stable, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's already like a lot of physical action, and that's what drew me to WCW more. Plus just the crazy intensity of Goldberg, who now we realize ain't got shit but like 3 moves, but back then that intensity and that raw athleticism and power that he had drew a lot of people in to WCW. Like, Goldberg and the NWO drew a lot of people in to go to WCW. But the reason why I bring up that is because that's why I was captivated by All Elite Wrestling, because WWE still to this day, Monday Night Raw comes on 7 o'clock Central Time. Turn it on from 7 o'clock Central Time to 7:20 Central Time. They still fucking talking. You rarely get episodes where they get to the action quickly. AEW was the first time since I was a teenager that I could watch an entire wrestling match. I do not watch wrestling matches really anymore in WWE. Some I do when it's like a can't miss type of shit. But let's say it's the Street Profits versus the New Day. I know it's gonna be a banger of a match. I love Montez Frog Splash, best Frog Splash in the game, but I just don't watch it because now the commentary or the promo before it probably gonna be hilarious, but because Montez can cut promos like it ain't shit. But I just lost interest because they don't emphasize wrestling in WWE, which is cool. It's more sports entertainment, and I love it. It's cool. I'm here for the story anyway. But AEW, one of the first matches I saw was Jurassic Express versus Private Party. And for me, not knowing any of those people, because I'm not an IWC guy, I didn't know probably like 90% of AEW's roster. But for me not knowing them and for them to have me captivated for the entire match, I was so like, I'm like, let me get online, let me order this AEW shirt, let me get all this merch. I'm like, I'm done with WWE. That's what I'm telling my friends. Which I was just on the high. We was in the honeymoon stage. Now since we done calmed down, AEW is still a great show. The only thing that I wish AEW would have done, and I feel like they're too deep, to really focus on something like this now, is build homegrown stars. Like, I feel like they too deep into it. Like, when they first, like the first year or two, if they didn't build homegrown stars that first year or two, now to me, they gonna just focus. It's kind of too late, and they just gonna focus heavily on the signings of AEW. Like, Adam Cole to me can be probably the biggest superstar next to MJF, far as like ticket sales, moving merch and stuff like that. Like Daniel Bryanson, or Bryan Danielson, I'm sorry, Bryan Danielson. Yeah, Bryan Danielson is a huge star, but I feel like far as moving merch and ticket sales and putting asses in seats, that boom, like Adam Cole, baby, like can be a major player, but he's not homegrown. Like the pillars, the 4 pillars of AEW, like people like Darby Allin. I feel like Darby Allin, if booked correctly, can be like the greatest TNT champion, or one of the greatest TNT champions of all time, which is like their equivalent to the Intercontinental title. And I'm not trying to get lost in this critique of AEW, but just to kind of hone in on what I'm trying to say is, they had opportunity to build a lot of homegrown superstars. They dropped the ball because they signed so many other superstars from outside the company, and they still push them. Like, some people might be saying, well, what about Ricky Starks right now? I think that they are still going to strike gold on some people, but I felt like that should have been a priority in the beginning, because now it's harder. Like, now Ricky Starks is getting pushed, but I'm pretty sure a lot of Ricky Starks matches are gonna be against former WWE talent, even though he currently, jaw jacking with MJF right now. I feel like a lot of his matches are gonna be with them, because that's majority of the roster that is on TV. So that's why I'm kind of like, I feel like Darby Allin could have been there. Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart are like tied with the fucking, like, the prestige of the IC champion. And with Darby Allin being this is second rank, and even Sammy Guevara, or Guevara, whatever his last name is, could have been like, that could have been that Shawn Michaels Bret Hart rivalry for the for the TNT championship. They could have elevated that title. Like, they just need to focus more on storytelling and building up people. And I'll say this, like, a couple more things about their storytelling thing. I'm noticing that outside of the match that Darby Allin got for the TNT championship coming up against Buddy Murphy from House of Black, like, all of his title defenses are just random guys on random nights. There's no story behind it. And even when he beat Samoa Joe, like, we didn't expect it. It just happened because there wasn't any build up to it. So the payoff wasn't like, Sammy won. It wasn't that. But, I'm not trying to have them become like WWE, but I'm just saying, keep up the good wrestling, but just put more elements to you and don't be one dimensional. Because that's how you grow your company, and that's how you get better sponsorships, and that's how you appeal to a mass audience. And some people might say, well, we don't want to appeal to a mass audience. Well, if you don't want to grow, then you kind of in the wrong business. You should have just turn off the cameras and just put on shows for the indie darlings. Like, if you don't want to grow and become a major player, if you're growing, like, just think about this, guys. Appealing to the mass increases revenue. Increasing revenue is increasing. I mean, increasing revenue is increasing the chances of them coming to your town, playing major venues. Because right now they kind of just go in circles. They do a lot of Florida shows. They might go to New York. They might go to Los Angeles just now, but they kind of just staying in that same circle. They're not really coming to Memphis, where I am, and performing at the FedEx Forum. They're not really going to the crypto arena in LA. Like, they're not really like, but them appealing to more of a mass audience and generating more revenue, they can do that to where like they got like a sponsorship from like McDonald's or whoever, you know, Microsoft, and then they can pour more money into Fight for Forever 2 whenever the next AEW game releases after this first one that I can't wait for. So like, that's kind of why I'm getting it. Like, I want them to grow, but I just wish they would have done things like Darby Allin. I love Hook. I feel like they kind of fizzling out with Hook. I love Jade Cargill. She's my second or third favorite female wrestler right now, next to Charlotte and Rhea. I love Jade Cargill. I just like everything they doing, but I just wish they just had a little bit of extra to it. That's all. But that's really where I'm at with AEW. That's it. Yep. Next. All right, guys, we are finally at the end of the episode. I greatly appreciate every single individual that tuned in. I'm hoping that you guys are following or subscribing or liking, commenting. I'm hoping that you're doing the whole shebang. Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts at, on YouTube, and I will be coming to Twitch soon. Now, the one thing that I did not incorporate into this episode, which we will be going forward, is, like I said, this channel is for fans by a true genuine fan, and I want you guys, I don't care, as long as you're not extremely disrespectful and racial and all that extra shit, I want you guys on my channel. Zoom, Skype, Google Duo, whatever. I want you guys on my channel. Come talk with me. Let's share opinions. Let's talk about whatever in the sports entertainment world. Just thank you guys so much, and I really want you guys to help me grow our channel. Help grow this channel. This is going to be, I think, this is going to be a great idea. Oh, this is a great idea. Sorry, guys. But I think this is awesome, just because there's not many podcasts that allows the fans of that podcast to voice their opinions. We hear them say stuff and then we disagree, and then that's really it, and then we still continue to listen. I feel that a lot. So whenever you guys disagree with me or agree with me, let's just send me an email, podcasttweener@gmail. I will happily put you on an episode of my podcast, and we can just go from there. All right, much love and appreciation. I'm out.